Strap in because this is going to be a long one. First of all, I want to say my heart goes out to the loved ones of all those who lost their lives during the shooting in Orlando. I'm not an emotional guy, so you wouldn't know it by talking to me, but I can't say I don't feel a small part of myself die every time something like this happens. And it's only the grace of God that continues to give me any hope in the future of humanity. That being said, I need to have a heart-to-heart with everyone I can reach with this video. Because every time something like this happens, I literally spend the next few days doing damage control all over the internet. Because one, whenever a terrorist attack happens, Islam suddenly becomes religion, and I find myself having to defend my ideology from people who attack my beliefs because of the actions of someone whose religion has next to nothing in common with mine. And I also have to do damage control for black folks because some of you Negroes will turn anything, and I mean anything, into a black people are oppressed issue. Now, as someone who dabbles in apologetics, I'm used to defending Christianity, and it's something I enjoy. But what I can't stand is the fact that SJW apologists like to use Christianity as a scapegoat for Muslim extremists. Even the president tried to say that saying terror groups represent Islam is the same as saying the KKK represent Christianity. So let me set the record straight right now. That's bullcrap. The idea behind terrorist groups like ISIS is the Muslim doctrine of jihad, the holy war Muslims wage against unbelievers in an attempt to bring the whole world under the subjugation of Sharia law. This idea can be found being commanded and carried out throughout the Quran. It's a part of the Muslim faith. The idea behind the KKK is white supremacy. Now, where do you suppose white supremacy can be found in the Bible? What Christian doctrine states that Europeans should subjugate the world? I mean, the Klan hates Jews. You know, that thing that Jesus was? So where do you find hating Jews in the Bible that was written by all Jews? You see now how these two things aren't the same. One group is acting upon, I'll say, their interpretation of one of the central doctrines of their religion. The other group is literally going against the beliefs they claim to have. And this isn't me saying all Muslims are terrorists. Obviously, that's a stupid thing to say. What I am saying is that all ideologies are not created equal. I can understand that there might be some Muslims who see this video, and I'd be more than happy to discuss the issue. I'm a reasonable dude. But as far as I know, I haven't said anything incorrect. And now on to my brothers and sisters. Like I said, I enjoy Christian apologetics. I can't say for black apologetics, because it's a no-win situation for me. If I speak out against some of this nonsense, I'm an Uncle Tom. I guess coon is the new word now. But if I don't, then I can't shake the feeling that as a black man, I'm silently agreeing, and that just won't do. So the latest thing is that the news is reporting that the Oklahoma shooting is the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. And oh my God, what did they say that for? Now, over and over again, I'm seeing these memes and the statuses and the tweets that saying there have been deadlier shootings. You know, what about Black Wall Street, or what about the Rosewood Massacre? And you know what? I'm afraid that I might just have to go full coon on this one, because I can't take it. Let's just say, even though things like Black Wall Street was a bombing and a riot, it wasn't a mass shooting. But let's say all of these things are what the government classifies as mass shootings. After all, guns were involved, and there's no clear-cut definition of a mass shooting. Okay, so what? How exactly is it empowering to black people to be officially named the victims of the worst mass shooting in U.S. history? If they had said, oh, this is the fifth deadliest shooting, would that have really made you feel like we're making progress in race relations? Is your neighborhood suddenly going to band together and stop killing each other and start building a solid community because now it's common knowledge that more of us have died than them? If some white anchor went on the news tomorrow and corrected that mistake, what would it do for the black community? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because while you're focused on the fact that people you've never met were killed 100 years ago, everyone else is focused on the fact that people they knew and loved were murdered yesterday. What do you know about the people that were killed when they burned down Black Wall Street? What do you know about them? What are their names? What were they like? Have you done any research? Or was your only connection to them the fact that they were black? Because black people were killed in that club. But since they weren't killed in Oklahoma in 1921, those black lives don't matter. What you people don't seem to understand is that these numbers you guys keep throwing out there are more than just figures you dug up to push an agenda. They were people. They had lives and families and people who loved them, and you can't seem to come off your soapbox for 2 seconds just to say, I'm sorry for your loss. Because guess what? That would help somebody. That could give someone comfort and actually do some real good. But you're not doing a thing for the black community by saying, I feel bad for the families, but F them because white supremacist media said something that wasn't entirely accurate. Seriously, get over yourself and at least wait until the bodies are cold before you pile up the dead and use them as a perch to make sure their mourning families hear you regurgitate some have-learned history that not even you give a crap about 5 days a week. I think that's it.
Listen to the bass. Listen to the bass. Listen to the bass. Stanley on the bass. Stanley